Hey guys, Figsy here and welcome back to another video. Today I've got a special video for you guys. I'm going to show you guys some of the rarest games in my entire collection. I probably could have filled this table up 3 or 4 times over, but we've got about 20 titles here. If you guys like this video, I might make a part 2, see how we go. Majority of these games are actually PS3 titles, which shouldn't come as a surprise considering all the PS3 games I've got, and that's been my focus for years now. I'm just going to turn the music down a smidge. Alright, I think that's better. Yeah, so let's get into it, guys. I'm going to show you guys the game, talk a little bit about it, tell you guys where I got it from, when I got it. Majority of these games you can't actually buy on the internet. A couple of them are on eBay for high prices. The idea of this video isn't to show you guys expensive games. It's what I consider rare games, which is really hard games to be able to track down. Let's start with this is Saint Seiya Soldier's Soul. Now this particular version is from Brazil. There's 3 slipcovers from Brazil. However, the Soldier's Soul purple version is the rarest one, for the reason being there's only 500 of these. Now my good friend Lewis has only found 2 of these, and he lives in Brazil. He's a pretty crazy PS3 collector, so that should come as like, he's only found 2, you know, there's not many out there. I know 1 or 2 other collectors in Brazil who own copies. I'm not sure of anyone else who's even got one outside of Brazil, so if you do, let me know. This one's certainly for the crazy slipcover collectors, but yeah, I'm very happy to own it, guys. It's certainly one of the rarest games I own. I got this one from Lewis. I think 2019 he found it, and then because of COVID and stuff he couldn't send it to me, and I got it in 2021. Ooh. I just showed you guys a rare slipcover, but this one here, actually I think there's 3 slipcovers in here, and in my opinion they are the 3 rarest slipcovers on the PS3. Now this one here is an Australian exclusive. I've seen this 3 times in my life. 2 of them I've owned. One I sent to my buddy Tristan, and the copy I've got. Now I didn't find my copy until 2020. I found one on eBay. I found another one on eBay, and when I visited my friend Evan, I got to see his copy. I know of 1 or 2 other collectors who own this. Now I'm in Australia, guys. Like, been in the collecting scene since 2015. I only know about a few of these. Like, that should just say it all. I don't know anyone but Tristan who owns this overseas. If you do own any of these games, guys, especially the ones that I'm like 4, 5, 6 people have this, like, let me know in the comments. I'd really love to. I genuinely like to know. I'm sure people would. But yeah, Juice 2, the collector's edition. It folds out. One of only like a few slipcovers that does this. It's super cool. And it's got its own artwork too. Has the collector's edition on the cover and the spine. If you're in Australia and you see this with the slipcover, definitely pick it up. You do actually find the collector's edition on eBay without the slipcover. Wouldn't say regularly, but it pops up. I had one before I even knew the slipcover existed. But yeah, guys, this slipcover is very, very rare. Now moving on to the 3rd slipcover. I sort of can't separate the 3 of these. They're all from different parts of the world, so it's comparing apples with oranges, guys. But here we have a French exclusive. This is the Bayonetta slipcover. Thanks to Tristan for getting me this one. I think it works out that I got him one of the rarest ones and he got me one of the rarest ones, so that's a pretty cool deal. But yeah, here we have Bayonetta slipcover, guys. I was looking for this since about 2018. I ended up getting it this year. I've had eBay searches saved. I've been looking on eBay France. I've been asking people in France to help me find it. And Tristan lives in Belgium, which would give you a better chance of finding it, obviously, than someone like me. But like, I've asked so many collectors in that part of the world. I only know of a few that own this. PS Commander, for example. I know my buddy Chris has got one. But Yeah, this is a very, very rare slipcover. If you enjoyed the music, guys, this is Stream Beats by Harris Heller. It's DMCA free music. It's on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify. It's everywhere. Now let's get into some games. I mean, this is all games, but some just standard PS3 games. Well, actually, this hasn't got a disc, so that goes out the window. Here we have the Guardians of Middle-earth. Now, a lot of people are like, that's not a rare game, Figsy. I can go and buy a sealed copy on eBay. Yeah, but you can't get an Australian one. Now, the Australian copy, like the French copy, may be similar, and some other countries may be very similar. But this is only sold by one retailer in Australia. And the game was actually, it's an online game. The game's servers were actually turned off in 2016 or 17. Anyway, once JB Hi-Fi found out the servers were turned off, they were instructed to destroy, not sell, destroy all copies of the game, because people who bought it can't use it. So obviously it's a discarded product to them. Unless you own this, and like even people that owned it, if you're just a gamer and this didn't work anymore, you might throw it out. Like, unless you're a collector, there's not going to be copies out there. Like, and people probably, you know, no one's going to take this. EB Games aren't going to accept it as a trade. Cash converters aren't going to take it. Like, unless you find a copy on the marketplace from someone that bought it back in the day and they don't know what they're doing, or you get lucky because a collector's selling their copy, you're not going to find a copy. It's simple as that. I only know of a handful that exist. I know of a few collectors that, like, this is the reason they won't have a full set. Hopefully we can change that in the future. But yeah, this is a very rare game, guys. I do believe it is the French version. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe the French version is exactly the same, and it's up there with, like, you know, this is the one game that people are missing for complete sets. So, Guardians of Middle-earth. Why did the music stop? Okay. Let's get the music working again. I think it like just stays on this playlist and it doesn't like kick into like some non-DMCA music and I gotta start the video again. Alright, here's a game that I certainly know of more copies of this one that have shown up, but like these days, this is getting very, very expensive and very hard to find, especially from its source country, and that is India. And that's Ra.One the game. Now, it's also available on PS2, but the PS3 copy's always been harder to find. Now, I know back in the day, I've got a few friends in India, and they used to be able to find copies. It was on CEX India. But today, it's very hard to get a copy. I got my copy trading with a good friend TJ back in the day, and I traded him a copy of Africa, the North American copy, for Ra.One, which back then was a fair trade, and like 5 years later it's still actually a pretty fair trade. Africa still goes, well, actually Africa goes for like $200 or $300 these days, which is pretty crazy. Ra.One prices are sort of all over the place. There's sold listings for $100, there's sold listings for like $500. But it rarely shows up, and this is certainly a rare one. I know of many power collectors that would love this in their collection. Let's break it up a little bit. Let's do some non-PS3 stuff. Now I was going over my Nintendo games. Like, I've got plenty of expensive games, but I didn't have any generally rare games. And I will just say this for PS4 stuff as well. Like limited run titles and things like that. I found it really hard to pull those out because like majority of them are all on eBay. Like I can't say a game is rare if you can buy it. Like most of these games you can't buy. That's why they're rare. You need to like find someone in another country who knows someone who's got 2 copies and they're willing to sell one. Like, you know, these are games that are rare. So I think I've included one. And for the reason there's only 999 copies, so at least in that sense of the era, like it's rare, but yeah, you'll see that one later on. But here we have 2 Nintendo titles. They are on the Switch. And the only reason I'm including these is because I actively tried to find them for over a year. And I know how few copies are in the country, at least at JB Hi-Fi. I know EB have none. There's like 2 or 3 of each of these at JB Hi-Fi. And that is the Sword and Shield expansion packs. This has got all the DLC on the actual cart. I'm not going to show you all the codes, but you can see the cart has the expansion on it. Really, really hard to see. There we go. And this one's actually factory sealed, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, when I found out these existed, guys, I just went crazy looking for them. And I did find them, but it took me about a year. And like, these are Pokemon games in 2022. Like, you know, recent releases. That shouldn't be a thing. So you know, they mightn't be as rare as like Juice 2 Collector's Edition, but I certainly think they deserve to be on this list. If not anything, they're definitely the rarest Nintendo games I've got at this point in my collection. Knowing that I've really just started on Nintendo, we'll see if I do an updated video in a couple of years how that looks. I might laugh at myself for including them. But anyway, let's move on. So I'm actually including another copy of Saint Seiya's Soldier's Soul. Now, this didn't get a release in North America. However, it did get a release in Mexico. I know lots, actually, like 3 or 4 different North American collectors that this was the last game they got. And they finished their collections yonks before they got this. And it was just, you know, like, I got a complete set. Asterisks, and then one popped up. Let me know in the comments, like, are there complete collectors out there that are missing this for a full collection? I know it's very, very rare. I got lucky. My friend had a copy a while ago, and I had something he wanted in a trade, so we made a trade for it. My mind's blanking me right now. I'll think of it as soon as the video's over. I know what your little profile picture looks like on Facebook. Anyway, guys, moving on. I'm going to talk about one sticker book. Now, this is a Belgium exclusive. It is Killzone 3. And Tristan also tracked this one down for me, so mad props to Tristan. I was looking for this for years, guys, and I could only find prices that were like $400-500. Absolutely absurd. Now, I've done a bit of research. There's sites that say there was 500 of these. There's sites that say there were 999. And then there's a few numbers in between that. So at least we know there's less than 1,000 of these sticker books out there. Now, if you don't know what a sticker book is, it's a blank steel book and they put stickers on the front and the back. So that is the Belgium exclusive Killzone 3 sticker book. What shall we do next? Let's talk about a collector's edition, shall we? You can see it already. So you guys know what it is. It is the Portal 2 Cube Edition. Now, I believe there are 4,500 or 5,000 of these. However, that includes PS3, Xbox 360, and PC copies. So divide that number by 3 as an estimate to get how many, you know, PS3 copies there are. So there'd be around 1,600 or something. I'm guessing. Like, I don't know as a definitive fact. I've seen higher numbers, but I've also seen Xbox numbers lower, so I don't know how they numbered them. But this is number 588. I've only ever seen a few copies for sale, guys, and like the last one went for hundreds of dollars. Like $300 or something crazy. But this does come with a Rubik's Cube, which is really cool. Obviously, Portal 2 is an amazing game. And yeah, this Cube Edition is one of the most rare items in my collection, guys. Considering it's from Australia, like, I never see it. There's collector's editions out there with like 500, and I see them regularly and never see this, so I'd certainly take that with a grain of salt. I reckon this is one of the rarest collector's editions out there. Moving on, let's talk about some steelbooks. So I've got 5 steelbooks. 4 of them are on PS3, and we've got 1 on PS4. Now, it might actually come as a bit of a surprise, but I'm only showing you guys 2 PS4 games today. I know I do a rare and collectible PS4 game series, but I just don't class a lot of these PS4 games in the same rarity as some of these PS3 games. A simple fact, like, I can go on eBay and buy 99.9% of these games. Maybe it will take me 6 months for one to pop up, but like, majority of these PS3 games, that's not the case. And that's what I'm putting this rarity down to. Yeah. If you can't just sit on your computer and buy one of these things, it's not rare. Like, money, I'm trying to not take money into the consideration of this. Like, a rare game could be worth $10 if no one knows it's rare, but like, it might be the hardest thing to find, you know? There's a couple of games which I'll talk about later which fit in that category. Well, they used to. They're expensive today, but like back in the day, they were cheap. No one knew they were rare. I used to buy Buzz and SingStar games all over the world cheap, but like, you know, they're still rare, guys. And today they're expensive. But yeah, getting into steelbooks, let's do the PS4 one first. And this is the Bloodborne Saw Cleaver edition. Now, there's a very good reason why this is rare. Now, this was a pre-order exclusive. So I just want you guys to imagine From Software. Today, they're a huge company. But go back to before Bloodborne was released, because this is a pre-order. So you had to have pre-ordered this. Now, Bloodborne was made the same time that Dark Souls 2 was getting made. I can't remember which one came out first. I think Dark Souls 2 by like 6 months or something. But anyway, up to this point, Demon Souls, which no one played at the time. Like, there was a hardcore fan base, but there wasn't a fan base like there was 5 or 6 years ago. Today's just insane. Dark Souls 1, obviously, in 2011 was popular, but like, it wasn't up to the level of it is today. And like, even just the collecting fan base of Dark Souls is insane. So to have pre-ordered this in Germany, you can't imagine too many people would have done that. This took me years to find, guys, and today I haven't seen one for sale in a very long time. And unfortunately, I've seen plenty of fakes out there, so if you're looking for this, like, ensure that it's real. It's the 2015 release. This is the Bloodborne Saw Cleaver edition. You can slightly see the word Bloodborne PS4 at the top. And yeah, I think this is one of the rarest games in my collection. I ended up getting a copy on eBay. No, that's incorrect. I got a copy on Amazon Germany, and I sent it to my friend Ronnie, I believe, and Ronnie sent it to me. I believe that's correct. I might have sent it to someone else, but I'm pretty sure that's how I got it. So yeah, like, I didn't find this on eBay. I had to then, it would have been in 2018, 17. I had to really get out of my way and search Amazon Germany to find this. And that was years ago, so good luck finding one today. It has got Bloodborne on the spine too. Next steelbook, another pre-order exclusive. A series that is huge. This is actually one of my favourite looking steelbooks too. And it is the Final Fantasy XIV steelbook. A game that is arguably one of the biggest games in the world today. Certainly when this came out and for the first couple of years, no one wanted a Realm Reborn, but like today, Final Fantasy XIV is huge. And this was only available for pre-order by one retailer in France. So for those reasons, guys, it's very rare. It took me about a year to find this one. I got a copy on eBay in, I think, 2018 for, I think it was around $110, $120. Where today it's around double that, if you can find one. But yeah, this is just amazing steelbook. I'll just give you guys a close-up. The Choco Birds, and oh, how good does it look? Yeah, this is definitely one of the rarest pieces in my collection. Ooh. Now this next one isn't as rare as another one I'm going to show you, but I couldn't not include it. It is a Spanish exclusive, and here we have Need for Speed Undercover. Beautiful looking steelbook. Very hard to find. You can still find them. Just be careful. There's lots of fakes out there today, guys. Like, even message the sellers. Ensure that this is the Spanish one. Like, this isn't a custom steelbook. Spanish exclusive. I'm not entirely sure on the story behind this one. I have an itchy nose. Now, again, I got this. I remember buying it Christmas Day, either 2017 or 18. As most of these steelbooks, I was going hard collecting steelbooks that time. I probably wouldn't own the steelbooks I do today if it wasn't for that, and I'm very grateful for that because they're a lot more expensive than they were when I bought them. But yeah, Need for Speed Undercover. A lot of people say this is the second rarest PS3 steelbook. I say it's up there in the top 4. I can't really separate it from 2 to 4, but it's very, very rare, guys. And certainly one of the rarest games in my collection. Let's check out the music. Why aren't you working? Oh. Now this next one, like, it does pop up, but getting harder and harder to find, and it goes for an absurd amount of money. And now there are only 3,000 of these. This is the Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition Steelbook. They were released exclusively through the Zavvi store in the UK. I wouldn't put them. I'd say this is the 4th rarest PS3 Steelbook I've got. Because you can still buy them, like they do pop up on eBay. If there isn't one, you're most likely going to find one in the sold listings. But the reason I'm including it is my copy in particular is sealed, and like I've seen one sealed copy in the last 2 years for sale, and that sold for $900 US, which is just ridiculous. Yeah, so the fact that this is sealed is just absolutely crazy to me. It's one of the grails of my collection. Dark Souls is one of my favourite games. I love From Software, and I'm very, very happy to own this one in the collection. I bought this one in the UK in 2017. I sent it to my friend Darren, and he sent it to me. I was very excited to get it. And yeah, it's definitely one of the rarest games in my collection. Now, I'm showing you guys, hands down, the rarest steelbook I own. Hands down, the rarest PS3 steelbook. I can't say if it's the rarest G2 because lots of steelbooks are being released these days with collector's editions, etc. But at least back in the day on the forums when I was collecting steelbooks, this was also always known as the Holy Grail. I'm so grateful to own it. It's one of the grails of my collection. This will never be topped. This is, I mean, unless NBA 2K11 like comes in. Here we have the Mirror's Edge Steelbook, and this is complete. It has got the bonus discs, etc., which is actually really hard to find. Beautiful steelbook, this one. This is a Spanish exclusive. Again, mixed numbers. It was only available pre-order by one store in Spain. Now I've heard between 3 and 500 copies. I can't confirm any of these numbers. I haven't been able to find the source. But yeah, let me know, guys, if you have a better answer on that one. If you own this, let us know in the comments. If you are after it, my friend Ben has a copy for sale. If you want to know how much it is, it's on eBay and it's the only one. So. But yeah, if you want to get this, apart from eBay, like, unless you live in Spain, even then, yeah, it's going to be very, very hard to track down. I got my copy thanks to a good friend in 2017. Oh, my friend's name is eluding me. I don't think it was Blah either. I do apologize. Oh, this is Leonardo. I'm so sorry, Leonardo. Like, Blah didn't get this one for me. It was someone else in Spain. The reason I couldn't remember who it was is because Leonardo's actually in Japan. If I thought of Japan, friends, Leonardo comes to my mind right away. But yeah, Leonardo's originally from Spain, so he helped me track this one down. I think it was like €100, which was a great price back in the day and even better today. So thank you so much, Leonardo. I'm so grateful to have this one in the collection. I'm never going to sell it. I love this piece. It's beautiful. And it's certainly one of the rarest games I own. Now, I was talking before, I should have just showed them, about games that used to be cheap, but like still incredibly rare. And it's certainly these games here. Now I'll show you guys the SingStar game first. Of all the SingStar games, in my opinion, this is the rarest. Depending on where you live, that will not be true. But from my experience collecting them all, this one was the hardest to get. And that is SingStar Sumi Helmet. This is a Finnish exclusive. To get my copy, like, this is the hardest length I went to for one game. Oh my god. I made a Finnish account on a website completely in Finnish. Translated everything as I went. Emailed a guy who had a copy. It was the only one on there. Emailed him in Finnish. He got back to me. Said he was happy to sell it. Happy to post it to Australia. But he wanted a bank transfer. My bank did not like that. It ended up costing me like $50 in bank fees for a game that was like $20. And postage was like $40. I paid well over $100 for this. And then 4 months later, nothing. And then one day, it just arrived, guys. I was so ecstatic. I can't remember if this was the last game I needed for a full SingStar set, or if they were like, I'd completed it, but get the other games with a friend who was holding a package for me. But I know it was certainly like either the last or second last SingStar, but yeah, it was so hard to get. And that was back in the day. That was like 2018. So I've seen copies pop up since then, which I'm like, oh! But I know other SingStar collectors have grabbed them. But yeah, SingStar Sumi Helmet. Certainly one of the rarest games in my collection. Now, Buzz. I'm actually going to show you guys two Buzz titles. The second one, I think, is the rarest game I own. Full stop. Of all the games I'm showing you today, I think this one, not this next one, but this one down here is the rarest game I own. But before I show you guys that one, I want to talk about Buzz Braid of New Zealand. Now, I think this is up there with probably like top 4 rarest PAL games. I've helped 5 or 6 collectors get copies over the years. I've had saved searches on Trade Me for 5 or 6 years, and like one pops up a year. That's it. I've got another one sitting over there for a friend, Vel, who I'll hopefully finish a trade with one day. But yeah, like I think I've been after that copy for a year and a half, and I'm trying to find 2 more for other collectors. So yeah, this is so hard to find, guys. Yeah, if you're after a copy, I'm already looking for 2 more, so take that with a grain of salt. Good luck. Like, even my friend in New Zealand cannot find copies. And majority of copies are actually rental copies, so maybe rental stores got them over there, but there are not many. And it actually has the Peggy logo too, which is quite interesting. Maybe there's copies in the warehouse in Europe that we don't know about, but until they show up, this is certainly one of the rarest games out there. However, the rarest game in my collection, hands down, in my opinion, is this. Buzz Brain of Russia. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. It's in Russian. This took me, like, oh my god, guys. This is the last game I needed for a full Buzz set. I was after this for so many years. I'm talking like 5 years, and I'm not talking, oh yeah, I want that game. I'm talking like weekly searches like through a Google reverse image searches, like changing my location to Russia, doing searches, changing my location to Ukraine, doing searches, searching Ukrainian, Russian websites, searching everywhere. From what I heard from Russian collectors is they would say 110 million Russians, 10,000 copies of this. Collectors would say, like even resellers would say, we used to see it in 2011, 2012. We don't see it anymore. No one sees this. People were looking for this because, like, I was willing to pay money for this. I'm happily offering people $200 willingly to complete this collection back in the day. Thankfully, I didn't need to do that. A good friend of mine from Ukraine actually found this. Just updating on my friend. He is well and safe today, and his family's all safe. So shout out to all my viewers from Ukraine. I know you guys watch the channel, and mad love. Always thinking about you guys. So yeah, thoughts and prayers always with Ukraine. But yeah, majority of copies of Buzz of Russia, guys, actually came from Ukraine. So obviously we know what's going on today, and it's safe to assume that copies have possibly been destroyed. Obviously, with the war that's going on, you are not going to be able to get a copy today. Like, it's going to be next to impossible. I know of a few people in Russia, in Ukraine, that do have copies, but that's it. Like, this is definitely bee's knees of rare games. It's got everything going for it. Like, back in the day, this was, I used to say it was the rarest game, and then obviously we know what's happened since then. This video is probably going to get demonetized because of what I've been talking about, but I don't care. I'm talking to collectors about factors, and that is the factor behind the rarity of this. I'm not going to edit this and mute out the W word. I forgot about that. I just realized it then. Alright, moving on, guys. Another game up there with the rarest PS3 games. I was actively after this one for about 4 or 5 years, and I was willing to pay like $500 for it, and I couldn't find it. That's Aquanaut's Holiday. Now you might be like, yeah, the Chinese version's rare. Yeah, this isn't the Chinese version. This is the Korean version. Now this is in English as well. I used to see this in like 2015, 2014. But then when I was actually looking for it, I wanted to own this as well as the Chinese English one. I just could not find it. I know there is a copy on eBay right now, and that is my friend Ben's copy selling his collection. And apart from that, I haven't seen one online for years. Expect this one to go for over $1,000 Australian dollars too. It's just crazy. But yeah, that's Aquanaut Holiday, the Korean version. When I did my original top 10 rarest PS3 games, I didn't actually own this, and I included the Chinese English version, so I definitely needed to do an updated video to that. Moving on, guys. Talk about some handheld games. A Vita title. Now I know I said we aren't really going to be doing limited run, but there's a sort of an exception for this because it sold out in like 10 seconds. Like, I was very lucky to have got a copy. I'm probably not going to sell it. I like owning rare games, so I regret not collecting for the Vita back in the day. But I'm grateful to have a few titles for it, including this one, and that's Super Meat Boy. There were only 999 of these, and majority of those went to collectors who needed it for full sets. I know there's so many more full set Vita collectors out there than, say, PS3, PS4 collectors. I'm not going to dwell on this one too long, but I definitely think it's up there. It's only the rarest Vita game, and probably the second rarest handheld game I own. Because the rarest is this. This is Battle Royale. I made an entire video about the rarity of this game, guys. It's an Indian exclusive that people in India don't even find. It's the craziest game. If you want to check out gameplay, I've actually got gameplay in a video, so I will link that one below. Gonna fix the music again. Keeps being weird. I used to play music through iTunes, but I cancelled my iTunes subscription because I have YouTube Music, and like you don't need both. But yeah, thank you to my friend Rahul for this one. Rahul actually just gifted me this game. Like, Rahul, you're awesome, man. Like, we've been friends for so long. You did not have to do that. I was willing to buy it, but he just sent it to me. He actually said I was actually going to make a video about it. No, I was going to make a video about it and send it back to him. And then once it arrived, he told me it was mine to have. So that was really cool. Rahul did not need to do that. If you're in the community, I'm sure you guys all know who Rahul is. He's one of the most genuine collectors out there. He lives in India. He's got an amazing Vita collection these days. He used to have probably one of the rarest, most like beautiful PS3 collections in the world, but sadly he did sell it. But yeah, Rahul's one of my closest friends from collecting. I've got so many close friends, but like we don't even talk about collecting these days. We just talk about like life, and you know, I can't wait to be able to go to India one day and meet up with him. Hopefully like go riding together. Yeah. I guess this video is probably dragged on a little bit, but if you've made it this far in the video, you probably know all these people I'm talking about. Let's do a PS4 game. Only one we're going to talk about, and it is a strictly limited title. And the reason I'm talking about this one in particular, it's probably their rarest. There's only 999. Now, if you know anything about PS4 collecting, 999 copies is the minimum Sony require for a PS4 game to be printed. So Poop Slinger, like Tamishi, everything has 999 copies. Take that with a grain of salt before you pay top dollar for a PS4 game. This mightn't apply to other systems, but I know for a fact this is with PS4 titles, with everything. I've spoken to publishers who have confirmed this, so like there's copies of Poop Slinger out there, guys. There's copies of Tamishi out there. There's 999 Griffin Knight epics out there, but it's still a rare game. Certainly very expensive. There's probably always copies on eBay for that reason. But yeah, I went over my PS4 collection, and I reckon this is probably the rarest one in there. It was actually really hard to pick a title. There's probably a couple that aren't on eBay, but I certainly think there's more copies out there, and over time I expect this one to be rarer. It goes against what I've been saying in this video. But yeah, it is really hard to talk about rarity, like pure rarity. Like the OG collectors and like the purists will know what I'm talking about here. Like you've got rare, and then you've got like cannot buy on eBay rare. It's like next level shit. Let's talk about next level shit. I put this at number 1 in my top 10 rarest PS3 games for a reason, guys. Now, since that video came out, 4 or 5 more of these have appeared on the market. But like that does not take away the rarity of this. In fact, it's only made it more expensive. 2 copies have sold on eBay in the past 3 years for over $800. One was over $900. And actually, I know the buyer, and this is going to blow some minds, because the buyer that was not a PS3 collector at all, but a die-hard Wipeout collector, like absolute die-hard. This guy's amazing. I follow him on Twitter. He's got like press kits. He's got like promotional gear. He's got Wipeout stuff that like he posts all the time, and every time he posts, I'm like, I did not know that exists. Well, he had wanted this for his Wipeout collection, which I just found absolutely amazing. It's taking 1 out of population, so it's only going to make it rarer for PS3 collectors. And hey, maybe there's more Wipeout collectors. Maybe there's a MotorStorm collector out there that's like, I want that. But yeah, this is certainly one of the rarest games in my collection, guys. Speaking of MotorStorm collectors, if they're like, I want that, they certainly want this. Now, another game I talked about in my top 10 rarest PS3 games was the PAL version of MotorStorm Complete. I spoke about the Italian version. Now, the English version's even rarer. But a game version that I think is even rarer is this one. This is the region 3 Chinese English version. I didn't actually believe or even knew this existed until my friend found one like a couple of years ago. That was Sean. And then my friend Addy actually found one for me. Just realized I didn't tell you guys the story of this. It's a good story of how I got it, so we'll get back to that. But yeah, Addy found one and sold it to me, so I'm very grateful for that. Yeah, it's certainly one of the rarest games in my collection. MotorStorm Complete, the Chinese English version. Story of how I got this. A guy posted in one of the Facebook groups, "Hey guys, what's this game? Is it rare? Is it worth anything?" Should have kept our mouths shut, because then he posted it on eBay for an auction and I ended up paying $330 for it. Props to my friend Kevin. I actually later found out that he was bidding against me, and once he found out that I was the one he was bidding against, I didn't know it was him. But he found out it was me. He actually stopped bidding. He didn't have to do that. So big props to Kevin. I did later find out what Kevin did, and I went out of my way to find Kevin a copy. Like I didn't think I would be able to, but I ended up pulling it off, and I did get Kevin a copy. So Kevin has a copy as well. It's the only copy in the UK. That's for sure. But yeah. Moving on, guys. A couple more games in the collection. PS1 game. It's only one that tops the rarity. Going on the music. But yeah, I managed to pull this one off this year, and that's the Grand Theft Auto double feature. This is an Australian exclusive, and like finding this in Australia is needle in a haystack these days. I didn't find a complete copy. I found half a copy at my cash converters locally, and I knew it was there. It was like $200 or $150 or something. It was missing the back cover and one of the discs or something. Anyway, I posted online and I found someone who had the back cover and like that other disc, and he was willing to sell it to me for $50. I think I offered him $50 for it. Anyway, I went straight to cashies, offered him $100 for it. They took it, and I completed my copy. If you're overseas, this is definitely one of the rarest PS1 games. It mightn't be if you're in Australia, and you might be like a diehard PS1 collector. It's certainly not the rarest PS1 game. It wouldn't even be in the top 10, but I would say it's one of the rarest games in my collection, and I hope in the future I can say it's not the rarest PS1 game, but today it definitely is. One more game I'm going to talk about, guys. One that's actually popped up on eBay recently. I'm not sure if there's any left, but there were a couple. They sold for like $900. But here we have the PAL, not NTSC, the PAL Drakengard 3 Collector's Edition. This is certainly one of the rarest games I own. I got my copy on eBay for $440 in like 2017, 18. This comes with... Drakengard 3 didn't get a release, guys, in PAL. This is the only way to get it. It comes with a case, but it has a download code. If you want that case, it's the only way to get it. It's this collector's edition. I just want to point out, there is actually a French version of this. I've got the UK version. However, there's 2,000 of these. If you pre-ordered this in France, they made a French version for you. If you didn't pre-order it, they all made, like say only 50 people in France pre-ordered it, they made 50 French versions. The rest were all UK. Like, sorry French collectors, but this is your rarest game. Probably the rarest PS3 game. I mean, it even tops Buzz of Russia. Not this version, French version obviously. But yeah, it's certainly one of the rarest games in my collection. I love Drakengard. And the series has only gotten more popular with Nier, which is amazing to see. Yeah, grateful to have it in the collection, guys. And yeah, that concludes the video. We got Portal 2, we've got the Drakengard 3. But Rasmus wanted to see the stack. So let's bring back the stack. Here we have the rarest games I own, guys. What games do you have in this stack? Let us know. Now, if you made it this far in the video, like, you're an OG. Let's go, baby. If you haven't subscribed, I don't know why. Just check that you have. YouTube unsubscribe you sometimes. The past 2,500 guys. I mean, 2,500? Like, oh my god. Crazy. I got a big announcement. I'm not going to make it in this video. But stay tuned for that, because it is huge. I've sort of mentioned it to a few of you guys, and it's only going to be good for the channel. You guys probably have already been like, Figsy, you're putting out more videos. You're going to see why soon. So stay tuned for that announcement. Sorry I clapped. I did it really close to the speaker and I just seen it go red. So if that just hurt your ears, my apologies. But yeah, I had fun making this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed me talking. I'm probably a little bit more laid back video because I didn't have to... I like my rare and collectible where I'm trying to justify the rarity. Like, these are what I think's the rarest games in my collection. That's it. It's my opinion, 100%. Like, and I'm telling you the story. I love telling you guys stories. I do eventually want to do a full PS3 story. If you're in the PS3 collectors group, you'll know how amazing it was back in the day. I want to do a thing where I get photos from original posts, show you guys how I put together my PS3 collection, talk about the collectors I met, the trips that I did. Like, I've got old footage from game trips I did in Canada, and like going over to Malta and meeting Stefan, and going over to Amsterdam, collecting over there, and like, oh my god, guys, completing the PS3 set, and then completing the Oz Power set, and the Buzz set, the SingStar set, like the slipcover journey, the Steelbook journey, all the collector's editions. Oh, it's gonna be an amazing video. And I wanted to ask you guys, probably the people that made it to the end know me the best. If you have been around for a long time, I'd love you to reach out to me. And I'd actually like to include a little bit of like voiceover, and if you're up to it, even a bit of footage, so I can include it in that video. I know I've had an impact on a lot of people's PS3 journeys, making the PS3 group, and you guys have certainly had an impact on me. I want to be able to share our stories and definitely get it out there. So if you want to be involved, let me know, guys. Just have to get a bit of footage, even if it's just like audio, and I'll put footage over the top. But yeah, I'm hoping to get this video done in the next few months. I'm really going to work hard on this one. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, guys, leave a like, say something in the comments. Let me know to make another one, because I've got hundreds, not hundreds, but I've got so many more like really, really rare games that I love to show you guys in a dedicated video. As always, I've been Figsy. You guys have been awesome. Happy hunting, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.